Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and I asked over on Instagram which video you wanted to see next, and the Nokia 9 Pureview won by a good amount. So I want to go ahead and do an unboxing on this phone, show you what comes in the box, give some first impressions as well on this phone that does have 5 cameras on the back. So pretty intrigued and really want to try this phone out. So let's go ahead and open it up and get started. Here is the 9 Pureview from Nokia. This is actually an Android One device, so you can expect pretty much stock Android on this phone. Taking a look at the back, you will see shipped with Android 9 Pie, which is the latest, Snapdragon 845, which is the previous flagship processor from Snapdragon 855 being the latest, 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage. It does have wireless charging, in-screen fingerprint, and more. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. First things first, you do have the phone right away on the right side, which I will set to the side for just a second. Let's take a look at what else comes in the box. Opening it on up, looks like we have our AC adapter, and then what looks like our charger inside. There was a lot inside there. USB Type-A to USB Type-C charging cable, also an adapter, USB Type-C to 3.5mm headphone jack, and interestingly enough, instead of including USB-C headphones, they included 3.5mm headphones, which you're going to need to use that adapter for. But you will see here, here's a closer look at what those headphones look like. And also worth noting, they added some extra earpieces if you have a different size ear. Continuing, SIM ejection tool, and then what looks to be just a bunch of booklets, just a getting started guide. That's about it. Let's move on to the phone itself, which I'm sure you came to see. Now let's go ahead and power it on for the first time. I'd like to take a close look down at the bottom, and as you can see, there is absolutely no headphone jack. You do have your USB-C slot, microphone, and a speaker grill. And then moving along to the right side is where your volume and power button is. Volume rockers, no actual texture difference between the two. Up towards the top is where that SIM slot is. And then the left side, absolutely nothing. On the back of the phone is that 5-lens system. I'll talk more about that in just a second. You do have Nokia and Android One. And then flipping it over on the front, here is a look at that front-facing camera, some sensors, and then down at the bottom, just a little bit of a chin. Next, I will quickly skip through the setup process, only talk about anything that is noteworthy. Let's go ahead and set up that in-display fingerprint sensor. I'm gonna hit start, and what I'm noticing, first of all, is that this fingerprint scanner is higher up than other ones. Looks like you have to leave it on the sensor a little bit longer than you normally do on other fingerprint scanners. So it should take a little bit of time, which I'm totally okay with. Like I say in all my unboxing videos, I'm okay with the setup process taking a while as long as it's quick and accurate when it comes to real time. So let's go ahead and keep going with this process. Try pressing a little harder. It's actually letting me know I should probably put the right side of my finger down. Just keep it going. Looks like it is nice and slow, but it is working in the process. I'm making sure to actually get the left or right or middle side. And fingerprint added. We can add another if we'd like to. I'm gonna hit done. We'll go ahead and test that out in just a second. It gives you the option to actually unlock with Face Unlock though, which is just the standard Android Face Unlock. I'm not going to do that for now. Let's go, and we should jump into that home screen. First of all, I want to take a look and see how much storage we have on the device out of the box. Haven't set anything up, haven't connected to Wi-Fi. 10% is used, so 13.31 gigs out of the 128 gigs is used. First things first, let's talk about that camera on the back, because of course it is a 5-camera system. Crazy how many lenses are on the back. 2 are RGB lenses and 3 black and white lenses, all apparently working simultaneously to shoot a picture. So let's just go ahead and snap some quick photos real quick. Looks like there is just a little bit of a delay when taking pictures. Not too much though, and I believe it's related to those 5 lenses all working together. So of course I'm gonna need a little more time to test out some of these pictures that I'm taking, or I should say the camera. To take a look at some of the modes, it does have a Pro mode, of course, so you can really mess with ISO, white balance, a bunch of other stuff. A bokeh mode to get that background blur that you're looking for. Monochrome, of course, it does have black and white lenses, so I expect these monochrome shots to turn out very nice. Panorama and a square mode. Now I would like to jump into settings real quick because you can actually shoot in RAW. So if that is something you're interested in, if you like to edit your photos, you can do that. Now there's a bunch of modes management, so you can kind of move them around, turn them on and off, which I like. I'm glad they actually added that. And when it comes to that rear camera video, you can shoot up to UHD 4K HDR and 1080p HDR as well. I also want to test out that fingerprint scanner, so let's go ahead and turn on that display. First of all, the lock screen, a little interesting because it's so high up, it actually will kind of cover up some of those notifications right there, which I don't know, I wish it was down a little bit further. Of course, if you tap on a notification, it will act upon it. But if you tap right there, of course, it just gets in the way of that notification. Overall, it seems a little off being so high in terms of how comfortable it is. I kind of wish it was just a little bit lower, like right here, but it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. Try pressing a little harder. There we go. So let's actually test it out for real. I really wasn't setting it down very hard. So let's go ahead and press down. Didn't get it the first time, got it the second time. Let's do it again with the display off. I don't actually know if that is something that works. Double tap the screen, turn that on. So it doesn't look like you can actually unlock it with the display off. I'm gonna jump into settings real quick. Taking a quick glance through settings, it didn't seem like there was a way to turn on the fingerprint with the display off. However, there is double tap to wake, but also there is raise to wake along with that always on display right here, which doesn't look like there's an option to turn it always on, but you saw that it did show where that fingerprint can go, so it did detect when I picked it up. Double tap to wake, and then go ahead and press it down. And like I said, with Android One, you get a pretty much stock experience. You'll see with the launcher there. If we go ahead and swipe down, jump into settings, and you can check it out. You see very similar to what you'd have on a Pixel phone as well. Now, in terms of design, I'm noticing there's a bit of a curve on the outside here, which makes it actually pretty comfortable to hold in your hand. Very premium feeling phone. I also want to point out that there really is no camera bump at all on this phone, which means essentially when you set it down on a table or whatnot, it will actually lay completely flat. And overall, that is everything I want to talk about for now on the Nokia 9 preview. Expect more videos to come, so be sure you click that subscribe button, click that thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.